Super Specs, written by Laura Driscoll, illustrated by Barry Gott. I think my new glasses are cool, but my brother Eddie doesn't. 4 eyes, Molly has 4 eyes, he sings. We're on our way to Super Funland. I said we should leave Eddie home, but my parents wouldn't do it. Eddie, Dad says, don't call Molly names. It's okay, Dad, I tell him. Eddie's not bothering me. But Eddie is bugging me. I just don't want him to know it. So I pretend not to see him make googly glasses faces. I stare out the window even though there's nothing to look at but trees and the sign for exit 5. Eddie draws a silly cartoon of me on his sketch pad. I just keep pretending not to notice. We pass exit 6. Dad, I ask, what's a Super Funland exit? Exit 10, he replies. Yikes, 4 more exits to go. Lots of time for Eddie to torture me. Hey, Eddie yells, you look like Solar Man with your new glasses. He points to his Solar Man comic book and gives me a wise guy grin. Too bad yours don't have x-ray vision. I grit my teeth. There's exit 7, I say to myself. Eddie sticks his comic book right in my face. I don't say anything. I just look for exit 8. How far is it between exits anyway? It feels like forever. At last I see the sign. Hurry up, exit 9. If I don't get away from Smart Mouth Eddie soon, I'm going to explode. I let out a big sigh. I've got to make him quit all this annoying talk about glasses and x-ray vision. Then I get an idea. I'll make Eddie think that my glasses do give me x-ray vision. That will change his tune. I work out a plan. It won't be easy, but I think I can pull it off. We stop at a gas station. Mom takes Eddie and me to get snacks, while Dad fills up the car. Hey, Eddie, I say, want to play I Spy? Eddie likes car games even more than teasing me. Great, he says. We drive off. I squint and look out the window. I spy something green with the number 9 on it, I say. I'm just pretending. All the exit signs are green, and I know exit 9 is coming up. But Eddie doesn't. The sign is still a few miles down the road. There's a 9, Eddie yells. He's pointing at a car's license plate. That's not green, I tell him. Keep looking. I try not to laugh. We drive over a hill, around a bend, and past a cornfield. Finally, Eddie sees the sign for exit 9. There it is, he exclaims. Yep, I say, that's it. Eddie does a little dance in his seat. Then he looks at me. How could you see that sign from all the way back at the gas station? I shrug. X-ray vision. Eddie snorts. Yeah, right, he says. A few minutes later, we get to exit 10 and pull off the highway. We're at Super Funland. It's so crowded, Mom complains. Mom's right. The parking lot is almost full. We drive around and around looking for a space. At last we find one, far away from the park entrance. Remember, we're parked in section 5, Dad says. He points to a tall sign near our spot. Let's go, says Eddie. We walk past the signs for section 4, then 3, then 2. We're almost at the entrance. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Eddie frowning. You don't have x-ray vision, he says. It's impossible. But he doesn't sound so sure. Impossible, I say, and smile. I've got another trick up my sleeve. This one is sure to freak Eddie out. See that? I point to the sign up ahead. What does it say? Eddie squints. I can't read it from here. I push my glasses up on my nose. There's a big number 1 on the other side of that sign. You're just guessing, Eddie grumbles. I guess we'll see, I tell him. We walk by the sign. Eddie sees I'm right. He's so amazed, he stops in his tracks. Then he runs up to Mom and Dad. Can I get glasses like Molly's? He begs. Please? I can't help giggling. Eddie fell for my trick all right, but it's time to let him in on the joke. I wait until we get to Candy Village. These aren't really x-ray glasses, Eddie, I say. There's a pattern to the exit numbers on the highway. Same goes for the parking lot sign. A pattern? Asks Eddie. What does that mean? Check out the houses on this side of the street, I tell him. See how each one has a number? That first house is number 2, the next is 4, then 6, then 8. So what will the next one be? Number 10? Says Eddie. Right. Right after we pass the lollipop tree, Eddie spots number 10, Sweet Tooth Lane. Wow, he shouts. I have X-ray vision too. Eddie looks for number patterns all day. He finds them on the Ferris wheel. He spots them at the boat ride. And he shows off again at the game arcade. One prize doesn't have a number, but when Eddie wins, he calls out, 7, please. Eddie knows what the prize number is, even though he can't see it. Eddie doesn't tease me on the ride home. He's too busy calling out exit numbers. Exit 5 coming up, he says. We've already passed exits 8, 7, and 6. Yep, Eddie really has the hang of number patterns. But I have one last trick. Mom, I say, can we stop at the ice cream depot up ahead? Where? Asks Mom. All I see is highway. Just wait, I tell her. There it is, Eddie yells. We can all see the giant cone. Next stop, ice cream depot, Dad announces. Eddie follows me out of the car. That was no number trick, he blurts out. How did you know this depot would be here? I push my super specs up on my nose and shrug. Easy, I say. There's been one at every exit. Number patterns chart. You can be a number pattern expert. Every number pattern has a rule. The numbers in a pattern are in a special order. The rule tells you about the pattern. Rule. Count forward 2. 2, 4, 6, 8. Rule. Count backwards 2. 9, 7, 5, 3. Look at the number pattern. Name the rule. What's the next number in the pattern?